you will see how the Grinch plots to stop the Centennial celebration as we join the Grinch as he tells a bedtime story to the little Who 4-Hers. Please help me welcome Brittany, Amber, Sydney, Kevin, Kelsey, and Haley from Glasgow County.
Every 4-H member down in Jacksboro liked 4-H a lot, but I, the Grinch, did not.
The Grinch hated 4-H, the whole 4-H program throughout every season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. But I think the most likely reason of all, maybe that his heart was 2 sizes too small.
When I stood there on 4-H Centennial Eve, hating the 4-Hers, staring down at them with my sour, grinchy frown, at the green-lighted windows below in your town.
They're hating their 4-Hers, who snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow's the Texas 4-H Centennial celebration. It's practically here. He growled with his Grinch fingers, nervously drumming. I must find a way to keep it from coming, for tomorrow we knew we'd do something the Grinch liked least of all. Every 4-Her down in Jacksboro, the tall and the small, would stand close together with our voices ringing. We'd stand hand in hand and say the 4-H Club motto and pledge while singing.
They'd sing and they'd sing, and the more I thought about the word sing, the more I thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 100 years I've put up with it now. I must stop the 4-H Centennial from coming. But how?
Then the Grinch got an idea.
An awful idea.
The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick business suit. Then he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this suit and this tie, I'll look like Dr. Ed Smith in a flick. All I need is a steer. The Grinch looked around. But since cheap show steers were scarce, there were none to be found. But did that stop the old Grinch? No. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a steer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, and he took some red thread, and he tied a big fort on top of his head.
Then he loaded up an empty show box, and some old feed sacks, and a ramshackle trailer, and he loaded up old Max. Then the Grinch said, here's to my strategic plan. And the pickup truck started down on the hums where the 4-Hers made a snooze in their town.
All our windows were dark. Quiet peace filled the air. All the 4-Hers were dreaming of winning roundup without care. When he came to the first house in the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinch Dr. Ed Smith hissed. Then he climbed to the roof, empty feed sacks in his fist. He slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two, then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where all the 4-Hers trophies stood in a row. If these rewards he grinned are the first things to go.
He slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room and took everything that represented 4-H present. He stuffed them in feed sacks, and then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed the bags one by one up the chimney.
I grabbed the 4-H flag, and I started the show. But then I heard a small sound, like the coo of a dove. I turned around fast, and who did I see? Little Cindy who was not more than 11 minus 2. I had been caught by this little volunteer's daughter, who got out of bed to get a cup of cold water. She turned to me and said,
Dr. Ed Smith, why? Why are you taking our 4-H flag? Why? But you know, that old Grinch was so sly and so slick that he thought of a lie and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, thank Dr. Ed Smith, why? There's a steamer on this flag that's more on one side, so I'm taking it to A&M, to my office, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and then I'll bring it back here. And here's Smith told me, for he patted my head, and he got me a drink, and he sent me to bed. And when I, Cindy Lou, went to bed with my cup, he went to the chimney and stuck the flag up. He packed it up with the ribbons, the trophies, the plaques, the blow dryers, the clippers, the muzzles, the trimming racks. Hoo-hoo to the 4-Hers. He was Grinchishly humming. They're finding out now that no 4-H Centennial celebration is coming. They're just waking up, and I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open, or two, then all the 4-H families down in Jacksboro will cry,
Boo-hoo! That is a sound from the Grinch that I simply must hear. So he paused and put a hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started to be low, then it started to grow.
but that sound wasn't sad. Why, that sound sounded glad. Every 4-H member down in Jacksboro, the tall and the small, was singing without any 4-H with notes at all. The Grinch hadn't stopped the Centennial from coming. It came. Somehow or another, it came just the same.
I stood there with my Grinchy feet ice cold in the snow, puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without flags. It came without play targets, fishing poles, or garment bags. I puzzled 3 hours until my puzzle was sore. And then I thought of something that I hadn't before. Maybe 4-H isn't about winning or keeping score. Maybe 4-H perhaps means a little bit more.
What happened then? Well, in Jacksboro, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the big in his heart filled with bright sunshine. He whispered his love to the bright morning light. And he brought back the certificates and the bluebell ice cream for the 4-H celebration feast. And he himself,
The Grinch just like 4-H